Hello, I am TheWeeklyMaker, and today I will talk about the electric skateboard I have made. For those of you following me on my website, TheWeeklyMaker.com, you would know that this is my first video and first post since my house flooded. This is a project that has been in the works for a long time and has gone through a long process to get it to where it is today. So I hope you enjoy. The first step was to find parts. I did some research and scoured sites such as eBay, AliExpress, and Amazon. I eventually settled on this set of hub motors and this ESC. I used an old skateboard I found in my garage, but if you don't have one, you could buy one on eBay or Amazon for pretty cheap. You may notice that in these two eBay listings, one is an ESC that only powers a single motor on the truck, and the other is a hub motor with two motors on the truck. And if I'm being perfectly honest, this was my mistake. I did not mean to do this. I thought that when it said single motor, that meant that it powered a single truck. So obviously I'm a bit of an idiot. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized this was a bit of a blessing in disguise, as I could either use one of these hub motors for a different project and just have to deal with the lower speed, or I could learn how to use a single motor kit to power a dual motor, which was a bit of a challenge. The hub motors were the first to come. They came in a little under 2 weeks, which is surprisingly good for ordering from China. I got right to work and hooked them up to my 1/8 scale 200 amp Trackstar ESC. A little overkill, I know, but that was all I had on hand. And anyways, it worked. It was a little tricky driving around with no Hall effect sensors connected and a remote the size of a drill, but it did what it needed to do. And I was pretty satisfied with this. It went fast and it did what I needed to do, but the controller was a little finicky. It was big, batteries always fell out. The ESC itself took up a lot of room in the case, and I kind of just needed it to be better. So eventually the eBay ESC came and I hooked that all up. So that was great. It worked on one hub motor and it went pretty fast. It was a lot slower than on the Turnigy, but albeit it went. I kept this set up for a while until I decided I wanted more. I tried hooking up the eBay ESC with the 3 leads going to the 6 leads on the hub motors. This didn't work for some reason though. I don't know what it is about the Trackstar ESC that makes it so you can do it on that kind of setup, but for the eBay ESC it doesn't work. If you have any ideas of how this works, please leave in the comments. I did work on this problem for a while, and I discovered that the problem is better if you make the wires leading to the ESC equal and perfectly like the same distance. I don't know why this would be, but for some reason it kind of worked that way. I eventually decided to give up though, and I'm now currently just using it with one hub motor, and it works great. So here are my 2 final takeaways from the project. First of all, you really don't need that much speed. I remember when I was using my belt drive system, when it did work, I was barely pulling any throttle because I was terrified of going above, even a quarter speed. And second of all, hub motors are amazing. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I definitely recommend you to put them in their project because they're simple and easy, and you can push them by using it as a regular board if your batteries were to run out, which definitely happened to me a couple of times. And third of all, I know I said 2, but here's another one, is make sure to spend more money to make sure your parts work instead of trying to cheap your way out into making a bad. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any feedback, leave it down in the comments and I will make sure to reply. Also, subscribe.